the Jeopardy Tournament of Champions. Here are three former champions. A graduate student of public policy from St. Louis, Missouri, Patrick Tucker. A Foreign Service officer, originally from Scranton, Pennsylvania, Liz Murphy. And a tutor from Los Angeles, California, Ryan Chafee. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to our annual tribute to the best and the brightest. This is the Tournament of Champions, and I'll begin by answering a question that many of you are probably formulating right now. Yes, the material is a little more difficult in this tournament than our regular fare, but these people have demonstrated in the past that they are certainly up to the task. So, Patrick, Liz, and Ryan, welcome back. Good luck. Here we go into the Jeopardy round. And today we deal with these categories. Nonfiction. Next, TV shows by groups. Whose dish is it anyway? 4-score-and-7. TOC, talk, in quotation marks. And finally,
a visit to Antarctica with Lindblad National Geographic naturalist Tom Ritchie.
We'll delve into the world's most remarkable environment.
And Ryan, you start us, please.
Let's go TOC for 200.
From the Greek for rule by the best, it's ruled by a privileged hereditary class. Patrick.
What is an aristocracy?
Correct.
Nonfiction for 200.
Bob Woodward's The Secret Man was rushed to print after this Watergate informant revealed himself. Patrick.
Who's Mark Felt?
Yes, Deep Throat.
Nonfiction 400.
In his autobiography, Speak Memory, he called Lolita a painful birth, a difficult baby. Ryan.
Who's Nabokov?
Yes.
TOC 400.
A military prison. Liz.
What is a...
Oh, sorry. Ryan.
What is a stockade?
Stockade, that's the TOC, correct.
TOC 600.
Sciatica often leads to a pain in this body part. Patrick.
What is the buttocks?
Yes.
Nonfiction 600.
In 2005, he published an updated, easier to understand, briefer history of time. Liz.
Who is Hawking?
Yes.
Nonfiction 8.
Answer. Daily double. There you go. You're on the plus side. You have 200. You can risk up to 1,000.
I'd like to risk 1,000, please.
All right, that'll put you in the lead if you are correct. The 2009 Pulitzer for History went to Annette Gordon Reed for The Hemmingses of This Home.
What is Monticello?
Monticello is right, yes. Sally Hemings. The lead is yours.
Nonfiction for 1,000, please.
Completes the titles of diet books by Dr. Barry Sears, The Blank, A Week in the Blank, and What to Eat in the Blank. Patrick.
What is the zone?
Zone, you double your score.
Talk for 800.
The Borsa is Italy's main this. Liz.
What is a stock exchange?
Yes.
Antarctica for 4, please.
All right.
In Antarctica, iceberg formation is at its most spectacular as huge masses break off from continental glaciers, a process called this.
Patrick.
What is drift?
No. Ryan or Liz? It's called calving. Calving. Liz, back to you.
TV shows for 6, please.
The Batley Towns Women's Guild, known for their muddy historical reenactments. And that was Monty Python. Back to you, Liz.
How about Antarctica for 2?
Notorious for its turbulence, we are now in the passage between South America and Antarctica, named for this English sailor.
And that would be Sir Francis Drake. Go again, Liz.
4-score-and-7 for 2, please.
Shakespeare's 87th one of these begins, "Farewell, thou art too dear for my possessing." Liz.
What is a sonnet?
Sonnet is right, and that takes you to 2,200. Takes us to break number 1. Relax for a few moments. We will return right after this.
Want a great deal on a fabulous mattress?
Papa Murphy's and get a large Hawaiian pizza made fresh for $7.99. Go to papamurphys.com for other great offers.
Welcome back. There are consequences when you win on Jeopardy. Patrick Tucker, college champion. Within minutes of your victory, what happened?
A stranger emailed me, a person I've never met. He happened to go to my university, and he's from St. Louis, and he was trying to sell me his car. It was a Mercedes.
Did you buy the car?
Actually, after taxes, I would have to spend all my money on that, so no.
Okay, all right. Liz Murphy, Foreign Service Officer from Pennsylvania. When you told your landlord about your victory on Jeopardy, what happened?
While my run was still on, I saw a little note under my door from the apartment building, and I thought, oh, how nice, they really care. It was my increased rents, and I had to pay for my parking space this year.
Aha, okay. And Ryan Chafee from Los Angeles. You get a lot of people recognizing you, I understand.
Occasionally, I walk a lot in LA. I more get like drive-by recognitions where people are just like, Jeopardy!
But that was good.
It was good. It was great.
It's not a downer.
Best thing someone's ever yelled at me from a car.
Okay, all right. Liz, you are in command of the board. Make a selection as we continue, please.
Dish for 200, please.
Poached eggs, Canadian bacon, and hollandaise on an English muffin. Eggs. Patrick.
What is Benedict?
Benedict is right.
TV shows 200.
Sacred Order of the Stonecutters, soon followed by the No Homers Club. Patrick.
What is The Simpsons?
Yes.
TV shows 400.
The Cheerios and Vocal Adrenaline. Ryan.
What is Glee?
Glee, yes.
TV shows by groups, 800.
From 1955, the International Order of Friendly Sons of the Raccoons. Oh, you're all too young to remember the Honeymooners. Ryan, you knew that.
TOC 1000.
This two-wheeled off-road racing began in England and was originally called scrambling. You know it better as motocross. Ryan, pick again.
7, 400.
The 87th of these ends, all my springs are in thee. Ryan.
What is the Psalm?
Correct.
7, 600.
Some Australians believe 87 is an unlucky number in this sport as it's 13 short of a century. Centuries, very good in cricket. Ryan, back to you.
7, 800.
Francium's is 87. Ryan.
What is atomic number?
Good.
7, 1000.
In 2005, we learned that 87 Sylvia, one of these, is unique in that it has 2 moons. Liz.
What is an asteroid?
Correct.
Dish for 4, please.
A New Orleans dessert. Bananas, blank. Patrick?
What is flambe?
No. Liz.
What is Foster?
Foster's right.
Dish 6.
A filet embellished with pâté and mushrooms. Beef, blank. Liz.
What is Wellington?
Correct.
Dish 8.
A dessert with ladyfingers, blank Russe. Liz.
What is Charlotte?
Yes.
Dish 1000.
A southern good luck dish. Hoppin' blank. Liz.
What is John?
Correct.
Antarctica 6.
Penguins usually walk upright, but if in a hurry, flop on their bellies and push off with their flippers and feet, traveling in a way named for this Native American sled.
Liz.
What's a toboggan?
Correct.
Antarctica 8.
Both the Antarctic Sea we're in and the seal beside me are named for this famous 19th century British explorer.
Liz.
Who is Weddell?
James Weddell. Yes.
Antarctica 1000.
Answer.
Surprisingly, you can even walk barefoot in some Antarctic water, like here on volcanic Deception Island, at this type of vent in the earth, from the Latin for smoke.
Ryan?
What is a fuming vent?
No. You're on the right track, but it's called a fumarole. Fumarole. $1,000 clue now in TV shows by groups. The motorcycle gangs, Sam Crow and the Mayans. TV show The Sons of Anarchy. Liz off to an excellent start. 7,400 and the lead. We'll come back and start Double Jeopardy right after this.
The Jeopardy team traveled to Antarctica aboard National Geographic Explorer. In partnership with National Geographic, Lindblad Expeditions has been taking curious travelers to Antarctica for more than 40 years. For details on how you can visit Antarctica, Alaska, the Galapagos, and beyond, visit expeditions.com today.
$99 a month, plus get $100 back via promotion card.
Just before we get into Double Jeopardy, I want to take a moment on behalf of our Clue Crew member, Sarah, and thank Lindblad Expeditions and National Geographic for providing her with the trip of a lifetime. Her, not me. Her. But I get to go in 7 months. All right, double Jeopardy time. Here we go. Categories are bays. Next, directors and their films. Carriages. Hey, let's get dressed in the 1920s. International organizations, and finally, you're gonna love this one, 11-letter words. And Ryan, you go first again.
Let's get dressed in the 1920s for 400.
Now for a dab of her number 5 perfume, introduced in 1922. Liz.
Who is Chanel?
Coco Chanel, yes.
Directors for 8.
Revenge of, in 1978, was the 5th in this series of comedies directed by Blake Edwards. Patrick.
What is the Pink Panther?
Yeah.
1,200 directors.
Near the commencement of his career, he directed The Graduate. Ryan.
Who's Nichols?
Mike Nichols is right.
Directors for 1,600.
His westerns include Wagon Master and Fort Apache. Patrick.
Who's John Ford?
Yes.
Directors 2,000.
Clark Gable was happy to see him come in and finish directing Gone with the Wind. Patrick.
Who's Minnelli?
No. Ryan or Liz? Who was Victor Fleming? Patrick, back to you.
400 directors.
Bob Fosse won an Oscar for this 1972 Liza Minnelli film. Ryan?
Where's Cabaret?
Yes.
Let's get dressed in the 1920s, 800.
Bill Tilden popularized this sweater, a cream or white cable knit. It's also the sport he played. Liz?
What is tennis?
Yes.
Bays for 8, please.
Largo Bay is not in Florida, but on the 4th estuary in this UK country. Liz?
What is Scotland?
Yes.
Bays 12.
To enter this Japanese bay on which Yokohama lies, you must first enter Sagami Bay. What is Tokyo Bay? Liz?
Bay 16.
All right. Daily Double. A chance to put a great deal of pressure on Ryan and Patrick.
I'll bet 3,200, please.
All right, here is the clue. During one tide cycle, more than 100 billion tons of seawater flow in and out of this bay between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia.
What is the Bay of Fundy?
You are right. 12,600, your new total. Go again.
International organizations for 8, please.
Founded in 1976, the AMF is this monetary fund with 22 African and Middle Eastern member nations. Patrick.
What is Arab?
Yes.
International organizations 1,200.
ASEAN is the association of these nations. Laos is a member. Ryan?
What is Southeast Asian?
Yes.
11-letter words, 400.
Unplanned or without premeditation, like some combustion. Liz?
What is spontaneous?
Correct.
International organizations for 16, please.
Answer. The other Daily Double.
Oh, boy. I'd like to bet 2,000, please.
2 it is. Here is the clue. BSEC is the Economic Cooperation Zone named for this body of water. Its 12 members include Bulgaria.
What is the Black Sea?
Black Sea is right. You have 15,000. Select again. No more Daily Doubles.
Bays for 2,000, please.
Egypt's Bay of Tina lies on the north shore of this peninsula. Ryan.
What is the Sinai?
Correct.
Bays, 400.
Major ports on this bay include Chittagong in Bangladesh and Pondicherry in India. Liz.
What is the Bay of Bengal?
Yes.
International organizations for 400.
CIS, the Commonwealth of these, was founded in 1991 by 12 former Soviet republics. Ryan?
What are independent states?
Correct.
11-letter words, 800.
Boy Scout law number 1 says a scout is this, meaning deserving of confidence. Liz?
What is trustworthy?
That's it.
International organizations for 2,000.
Known as NAM, N-A-M, it was founded in 1961 by nations that wanted to stand apart from the Eastern and Western blocs. Patrick.
What are non-aligned members?
No. Liz or Ryan? What is the non-aligned movement?
Oh.
Not members. Back to Liz.
1920s for 12, please.
Turkey's Kemal Ataturk said, let's not get dressed in this hat symbolizing Islamic orthodoxy. Liz.
What is a fez?
Correct.
1920s for 16.
After a referendum in Reedy, West Virginia, women were allowed to wear these golf pants worn by men only. What are knickers? Back to you, Liz.
1920s for 2000.
Last name of Italian shoe designer Salvatore, who set up a company in Florence in 1927. Salvatore Ferragamo. Back to you, Liz.
11 letter words for 12.
It's an abnormal fear of dead bodies. Ryan.
What is necrophobia?
Correct.
11 letter word, 1600.
A type of lamp powered up by a ballast. Oh, what is fluorescent? Ryan?
11 letter words, 2000.
One who describes the surface features of a region. Ryan?
What is a topographist?
No. Patrick?
What is a topographer?
Fur, yes, 11 letters only. Patrick, back to you.
Carriages for 400.
This 17th century carriage had a separate hooded seat at the rear and was named for the capital of Germany. Patrick?
What is a Berliner?
Yes.
800 carriages.
French for chair. This carriage was adapted from the sedan chair in France. Ryan?
What are the shades?
Yes.
The carriage is 1200.
Tilbury and Stanhope are two varieties of this one-horse carriage. Also a night's work for a musician. Ryan?
What is a gig?
Yeah.
Carriage is 1600.
Designed by and named for a British architect in 1834, this carriage featured an elevated rear driver's seat. That was the famous hansom carriage. And now the last clue for 2000. This name of a baron and political reformer was on a 19th century closed carriage and on 20th century Cadillac car models. And that was the Brougham. Brougham. All right. Time now for Final Jeopardy. Let's take a look at the category, shall we? English Literary History. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the winner today comes back as a semi-finalist, and there are 4 wild card spots for high scorers among non-winners. We'll be back in a moment.
Achieve a balanced diet so you can live life to the fullest. Find Boost in the nutrition aisle. Brand Power, helping you buy better.
Hey, Jeopardy fans! Play it smart and take advantage of a new exclusive offer for Jeopardy Premier Club members. Earn up to 15,000 Sony Rewards points with a Sony card after qualifying purchases. More than enough for your first reward. That's a $150 value. Points can be redeemed toward the latest Sony entertainment, including electronics, music, Blu-rays, games, and more. Apply now by visiting SonyRewards.com/JPC for complete details, because Jeopardy fans always play it smart.
To get to the
And does not contain acetaminophen.
Bad news for Patrick as we get ready for Final Jeopardy. Our research staff has checked and they discovered that it was not a Berliner carriage, it was a Berlin carriage. So your score is correct at 2,400. The Final Jeopardy category is English Literary History, and here is the clue. Immediately before the Caroline era came this one, also from the monarch's Latin name. 30 seconds, players. Good luck. Patrick, we start with you. You're looking for one of those wild card spots, and you wrote down, what is Jacobean? You are correct, yes, for James. And you will add how much? 2,300? You were at 4,700. Over now to Ryan Chafee. Spent a lot of time working on this one. Did he come up with Jacobean? No. What did he wrote? Elizabethan, and it will cost him how much? 6,000. Oh, that's not good. Down to 1,800. Liz Murphy could not be caught. Did she get the correct response, though? She did not. Augustin. But you didn't lose anything, so you're going to be a semi-finalist. Congratulations on winning this first quarterfinal game. Another one coming up tomorrow. Join us then, ladies and gentlemen. So long.
Promotional consideration provided by